time to reach for mobile water. Mobile water, unique in every way.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Citi News.
It's midday. A very good afternoon to you and welcome to the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. The news is live from our studios at number 11 Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka, Accra. We are also live on all affiliates across the 16 regions of the country. Western region, we are live on Premier FM 100.5, Sky Power FM 93.5 and Beach FM 105.5. All in Takrady. Bono region, J Life FM 95.5 in Sunyai and Ashanti region. Orange FM 107.9 in Kumasi. The news is also live around the world on citinewsroom.com. I am Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Coming up this hour, Health Minister reiterates government commitment to completing the La General Hospital project in 2 years as plans are far advanced to disburse payment to contractors.
I think if everything goes on well, we should be done in the next 2 years. If everything goes according to plan, we should be done in the next 2 years. And so we will ensure that in the next budget, an allocation is made for that to continue.
Also coming up, 2 Chinese nationals arrested for their involvement in illegal mining by the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat to be prosecuted.
They will not be deported. They are being conveyed to Accra to the 9-month headquarters. When they get there, they will be processed and filed for the due prosecution process accordingly.
Still ahead, Second DMP appeals to President Mahama and Finance Minister to release funds for the redevelopment of the Second market following the collapse of portions of the market leading to the death of a trader.
We are crying for mercy. We are crying for compassion. Show compassion on us. For Second is crying out loud for your mercies.
And later, former Sports Minister Neelante Vanderpoel dismisses calls for the sacking of Black Stars head coach Otto Addo, describing his record in the World Cup qualifiers as impressive.
Changing him is not something I would recommend at this time. It will be too expensive for us, and also technically I would think it will be risky. What about if we change him and we go and things become bad? What do we say? You understand? Then we'll come back to the issue. Why didn't you let Otto Addo? Otto Addo has handled them. Let him go and let's see what will happen.
All that and more on Citi Prime News, which is also live in the Volta region on Akpini Radio 96.7 in Pando, Heritage FM 107.3 in Hohoi, Northern region Dasuma FM 99.1 in Yendi, Upper East Word FM 88.3 in Zuarungu, Upper West we are live on West Link 88.1 in Laura and Northeast region. We are live on Eagle FM 94.1 in Wale Wale.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Grateful for choosing us, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has confirmed that 2 Chinese nationals arrested for illegal mining in the Tano Anya forest in the western region will be prosecuted in Ghana. The suspects were picked up by the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat following an intelligence-led operation. In a departure from previous cases where foreign nationals involved in illegal mining were deported, the ministry's media relations officer Pakwesi Shandov said the suspect will face full legal action locally.
They are being conveyed to Accra to the 9-month headquarters. When they get there, they will be processed and filed for the due prosecution process accordingly. So it will be the 9-month headquarters any moment from now. I just had that confirmation from the director of operations from 9 months. So they will be in Accra very soon. They will not be deported. They will not. That is not a government policy. Indeed, when the president spoke at the last engagement with the CSOs together with the minister, the collective response was that that suggestion is not government stated policy, and so they will not be deported.
Pakwesi Shandov is Media Relations Officer for the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. Health Minister Kwabena Mintah Kando says government is finalizing arrangement to release the second interim payment certificate to contractors working on the La General Hospital project. During an inspection visit to the site with the MP for La Dadi Kotopon, Rita Na Odole Soa, contractors raised concerns that work had stalled due to funding delays. In response, the minister assured them that funds are being processed to facilitate the payment and ensure steady progress on the projects.
The second IPC has been raised. As I indicated during my first submission, we have forwarded them to the Ministry of Finance. That is a process. We can't pay you without IPC, without you raising anything. And so it's been raised. We forwarded them to the Ministry of Finance. We've done some follow-ups with the Member of Parliament, myself. The last time I did a follow-up was yesterday. I engaged the Minister of Finance, and the Minister of Finance is committed into ensuring that funds are released for this project to progress. I am happy that today I've come to see the workers on site, and they are willing to make progress until any payment is made. And so we'll continue to monitor keenly, and I'll have a special interest in this particular project, as you all know.
The health minister further indicated that if all goes as planned, the La General Hospital project will be completed within the next 2 years.
I think if everything goes on well, we should be done in the next 2 years. If everything goes according to plan, we should be done in the next 2 years. So we will ensure that in the next budget, an allocation is made for that to continue. We're not going to abandon this site at all. We're going to follow it till it's fully complete. The catchment area is very, very big. And so if this facility is completed, the pressure on Ridge and the Lekma will go down. So it's very, very important. The area is densely populated, you know. And so I'm very sure that when this one is completed, we will have less load on these facilities, and it will go a long way to help the people in the site, not only for health delivery, even for the economy of the area.
That was Health Minister Kwabena Mintah Akando. Former Eastern Regional Minister Seth Kwame Champon has criticized the Minister for Employment and Labour Relations, Dr. Rashid Pelpo, for blaming the previous administration for the ongoing salary delays affecting newly recruited nurses, teachers and junior doctors. His response follows Dr. Pelpo's appearance on the Citi Breakfast Show, where he attributed the delays in salary payment to poor recruitment practices and fiscal indiscipline under the former Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration. Speaking on Channel 1 TV's Breakfast Daily Show, Mr. Champon said public sector recruitment follows strict financial and administrative procedures, making it unfair to blame the previous government for current salary delays.
All those people were recruited at the time. They sought clearance from the Ministry of Finance. Yeah. The Ministry of Finance gave the clearance. They went through the processes. And when Ministry of Finance grants you a clearance for recruitment, it gives you when to initiate the recruitment, because it is the one who is mobilizing the revenue and will make sure that you have same. So you ask yourself, why is it that members of the current administration who are in office, and we are 9 months into administration, and we are telling ourselves that we haven't paid officialdom, they have not been paid. It's because of the processes. For transparency's sake, some validations needs to go on. These are all procedures that need to be worked with.
Former Eastern Regional Minister Seth Kwame Champon, meanwhile, National Coordinator of the District Road Improvement Program, Neelanti Vanderpoel, has called for urgent reforms to address bureaucratic bottlenecks that keep newly recruited teachers, nurses and other public sector employees unpaid for extended periods.
I think that between the Controller and Accountant General and the Ministry of Labour, we should be looking at these issues critically and see how we'll resolve them, because it's becoming a perennial thing. And I don't think it is right. I don't think I will support anything that will want to sustain such a defect within our system. I think we must try in this our research agenda to remove the obstacles that always lead to the situation where people will be employed or recruited for months, at least maximum 1 month.
National Coordinator of the District Road Improvement Program, Nilante Vandapoy, Eastern Regional Minister Rita Akusia-Awate has urged Ghanaians to support the newly National Anti-Corruption Action Plan to strengthen the fight against corruption. She noted that Ghana loses between $3 and $5 million annually to corruption, which hampers development. Speaking at a stakeholder meeting in Koforidua, she called for a united, non-partisan effort anchored on national values to tackle the menace.
Corruption remains a major impediment in our national development. It erodes public trust, undermines good governance, and diverts resources away from essential services. It is therefore refreshing that efforts are being made to renew and strengthen our national anti-corruption framework through an inclusive participatory process such as this very one. The government recognizes that combating corruption requires more than just laws and institutions. It requires a comprehensive and coordinated approach that engages every citizen of this nation. To this end, development of this new phase of National Ethics and Anti-Corruption Action Plan is a critical step forward.
That was the Eastern Regional Minister Rita Akusia-Awate. Meanwhile, Research and Policy Coordinator of the National Anti-Corruption Action Plan, Jonathan Gado, assured that President John Dramani Mahama is committed to tackling corruption and ensuring that offenders are punished.
Made mention of the fact that it is time to punish wrongdoing. Because Ghana, we are not poor. We are a very rich country. And yet, a few of us steal from all of us. And all of us tend to suffer. So the president has his eye on the ball. Corruption is first and foremost a moral issue before it is legal. That if our society is ethical, most of our corruption issues would reduce.
Research and Policy Coordinator of the National Anti-Corruption Action Plan, Jonathan Gado. Child Rights International is calling for a national policy to regulate the work of nannies and domestic caregivers in Ghana. This call follows the recent arrest of 2 nannies in East Legon for allegedly torturing and abusing twin toddlers with sleep-inducing medication. The country currently has no policy defining who qualifies to be a nanny or the kind of training they should receive, with only scattered provisions in the labor law on issues such as salaries. Speaking to Citi News, the Executive Director of Child Rights International, Bright Appiah, argued that the lack of regulation leaves children vulnerable to abuse and neglect.
We don't have a national policy on that. When it comes to the issue of engaging a professional person to be able to render that service, irrespective, we have not really defined who and kind of people who can provide that care. So if you go to these private people who are in the informal sector doing that, you don't even see them to be professionals. It's just somebody sitting somewhere who thinks that I have a child in this village, I can give it to you to be your nanny, blah, blah, and all that. You know, in this case, you realize that one of them happens to be a nurse. But the fact that the person is a nurse do not mean that they are very professional when it comes to the handling of children. We should be interested to have such a broader national conversation and, if possible, carry out a comprehensive research to be able to understand the issue properly. And if there need be, we develop a national policy to engage those, which will basically look at creating the enabling environment for the nannies and then also defining the welfare state of children.
He also added that many cases of child abuse stem from poor relationships between caregivers and parents, though he stressed that this does not in any way justify the abuse of children.
When you go into it, the underlying issue has to do with the personal relationship with their madams. And I find that as a bit strange in the sense that if somebody is coming to take care of your child, you expect a certain level of some kind of respect for whoever, whether it's a nanny or whatever, to also be in the best position to provide the care, because it's your child. You love your child. If you love your child, you cannot ignore the one who is providing that service. So this is a major reason why some nannies tend to do that.
Bright Apia is Executive Director of Child Rights International. This is still the City Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Still to come, former Sports Minister Neelante van der Poel dismisses calls for the sacking of Black Stars head coach Otoado, describing his record in the World Cup qualifiers as impressive. We have details of that plus other stories coming up shortly. Please don't go away.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank account too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana cedi into 500 times more. And the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
This October, Northern Ghana takes center stage. Get ready for the Northern Business Fair 2025, the ultimate one-stop shop for everything made in Ghana in the Savannah, Northern, Northeast, Upper East, and Upper West regions. From hand-woven smocks and intricate crafts to modern manufacturing, innovative packaging of made-in-Ghana products, and thriving homegrown businesses, it's a vibrant celebration of talent, innovation, and authenticity. Brought to you by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM, it's the biggest trade fair showcasing Kenyan SMEs, startups, research bodies, and indigenous brands making waves across the nation. It's happening on Saturday the 25th and Sunday the 26th of October 2025 at the Tamale Sports Stadium. The time is 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Want to exhibit? Call 0205-973-973 today and book your space. Don't just hear about it, see it, experience it, and live it. The Northern Business Fair, your market, your connections, your growth. The Northern Business Fair 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by EcoBank, Side Hustle, the Ghana Enterprises Agency, and the Ghana Export Promotion Authority.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Yeah, welcome back. Now, Member of Parliament for Sekendi, Blay Nyamiche Ama, is urging the government to honor its promise to redevelop the market into a modern facility. His appeal follows the collapse of portions of the market on Monday, October 6, which claimed the life of a trader who sustained severe injuries. Mr. Ama called on President John Dramani Mahama and the Minister of Finance, Dr. Kassie Olatufosun, to prioritize the redevelopment of the market to prevent further casualties and improve trading conditions.
Honorable Atufosun, to have mercy on Sekendi, especially our market women, our mothers. They've suffered for 32 years. We've had
MPP ruling in secondary for 28 years, and still they should look at the state of our market. They should have mercy. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, we are crying for mercy. We are crying for compassion. Show compassion on us. For secondary is crying out loud for your mercies. His Excellency, please come and rebuild our market for us. People are dying. People are dying. People are crying. People are getting injured. Please, please, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, our mother, Her Excellency Nana Jane. Please, Prof, we know you are a mother. We know through you, you can talk to the president for the president to come and fulfill the promise he made to us on our platform, campaign platform.
MP for Secondary Blaine Yameche Ama. Some traders also expressed frustration over the delay and called for swift government intervention to ensure their safety.
We need help from the government. The market is our only source of livelihood and many of us have loans to pay. The collapse section has already claimed the life of one trader who was reportedly hospitalized on Tuesday. The gates to the market have also been locked. We are pleading with the president to intervene.
She came to the market to offload her goods when the structure collapsed. She was rushed to the hospital, but we've since heard that she has passed away. We are calling on the government to fix the market as the current conditions are unsafe and make it difficult for us to trade. We urgently need help and call on the government to intervene.
Those are some traders at the secondary market appealing for its redevelopment. The Tamale Metropolitan Assembly has revealed that the water crisis in the metropolis is worsening, with some communities experiencing water rationing for about 6 months. The Assembly attributes the crisis to Ghana Water Limited's use of 50-year-old equipment to serve a growing population. Speaking to journalists after a meeting with the Local Government and Rural Development Committee of Parliament, MC Abubakari Adam Takoro announced plans by the government to install new facilities to address the challenge.
The rationing system is very bad in such a way that it can take an area for almost 6 months or even more than that. Water will not run through the pipes. So that is the challenge that we have currently. But thank God, under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama promises, the water and housing minister visited the place and then promised the people of Tamale that I think government and then European Union is signing an agreement so that the water system, especially the machines, will be worked on. And then we'll also install new machines at Yape, which will also pull the water to the town system, and then across beyond Tamale Metro to Yendi. So currently, this is what we are waiting for. So currently, what the sitting MPs and then the assemblies are doing is that we try to identify areas that the water tables are stable. So we go to put up boreholes for the people to use now.
Mayor of Tamale, Abubakari Adam Takoro. The Member of Parliament for Garu, Dr. Thomas Anaba, has expressed concern over what he calls a growing national crisis of non-communicable diseases, including hypertension, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, cancers, and mental health disorders. He made the remarks at the maiden edition of the Ghana Health and Labour Summit. Dr. Anaba, who chaired the event, noted that non-communicable diseases account for about 43% of deaths in Ghana, a situation he described as largely preventable.
These silent killers now account for over 43% of deaths in Ghana, yet most of them are preventable. What is even more concerning is that the principal risk factors such as stress, poor nutrition, tobacco, alcohol use, physical inactivity, and long working hours, and to add the new risk factor, contamination of our soil from illegal mining, that will bring cancer in 10 years' time, are linked directly to where we spend most of our working hours, the workplaces. The workplaces is no longer just a place for production, it's a place for prevention, a place for protection, and a place for purpose. If we are truly serious about reducing NCD's burden, then the fight must begin not only in our hospitals and clinics, it must include our offices, our factories, our schools, and then our farms. A healthy workforce is the foundation of a productive nation. When employees are well, businesses often perform better. So it is in everyone's interest, employers, workers, and government alike, to make workplace health a national strategic priority.
That was the Member of Parliament for Garu, Dr. Thomas Anaba. A former sports minister, Edwin Ni Lante Vanderpoel, has kicked against calls for the dismissal of coach Otto Addo, describing his performance in the World Cup qualifiers as impressive. Otto Addo is on the verge of making history as the first coach, local or expatriate, to lead the Black Stars to 2 FIFA World Cups, having guided Ghana to Qatar 2022 and now closing in on qualification for the 2026 edition in the USA, Canada and Mexico. Speaking to Citi News, Ni Lante Vanderpoel urged that more experienced figures be brought on board to support Otto Addo's development and help him grow into a top coach for Ghana in the years ahead.
The team he has is quite inexperienced and immature. That one, I will not hide it. The team he has, the technical bench he has. So I think we will need somebody who will come in with vast experience to be at the back like a technical advisor who will advise them as we go into the World Cup properly. I think that I will recommend. But changing him is not something I will recommend at this time. It will be too expensive for us, and technically I would think it will be risky. What about if we change him and we go and things become bad? What do we say? You understand? Then we'll come back to the issue. Why didn't you let Otto Addo? Otto Addo has handled them. Let him go and let's see what will happen. So after the qualifying series, before the World Cup, he has a lot of time. Let him also do some refresher courses himself and prepare himself psychologically and build his confidence for it. Sometimes it's about the environment. So I would not ascribe to the notion that he should just be dispensed with at this time. I will ask that we get maybe a support system for him. It is not only for him, but for the whole technical team.
He also called on the Black Stars to avenge their 2 defeats to Comoros, one at the 2021 AFCON and the other in the ongoing World Cup qualifiers under former coach Chris Hughton.
Against Comoros, let me say this, we've qualified. I know we've qualified. Contrary to what people are talking about, we've qualified. Even when we lose, unless Madagascar win by more than 8 goals, we qualified. In the modern game, I don't expect them to win by 8 goals. It will happen. But then, to put the icing on the cake, I think even if we should get out with a draw, it's fine. But we have to beat Comoros. We have to beat them because of what you have just said, because of that painful defeat we suffered in their hands in the qualifying series and in the Cup of Nations. We never expected them to beat us at the last Cup of Nations, and they did. I think we should just prove to them that we are Ghana. But then I will also want to play safe by saying that if I were the coach, I will try to protect my players a bit. Yeah, I will try and protect my players a bit because these are players who are now sustaining themselves in their teams. They are holding positions in their teams.
Edwin Ni Lante Vanderpoel is a former sports minister. Residents of Krabua Kota in the eastern region are demanding an independent probe into 2 violent incidents in the community. The group, Concerned People of Krabua Kota, has petitioned SHRAJ, the Police Intelligence and Professional Standards Bureau, and the presidency to take action. They say a January 2025 shooting incident left several people dead and injured, yet no suspect has been arrested. Convener Collins Quay warned they would take legal action and draw public attention to the matter if authorities fail to respond within 14 days.
our concerns deepened further on October 4th, 2025, when an innocent community member was wrongfully arrested during a funeral in Kota. The arrested man, Tete David Parry, who was unarmed and peaceful, forcefully accused of possessing a firearm. Move, we believe, is an attempt to frame him and divert attention from the commander's failure to pursue the rare perpetrators of the January killing, which has since disturbed the general peace of both Krabua and Kota communities. Our demands: a joint independent investigation by SHRAJ, PIPS, and the Ministry of National Security into both the January and October incidents. 2. A forensic and fingerprint analysis on the firearm allegedly used in the October 4th arrest.
That was the convener of the Concerned People of Krabua Kota, Colin Square, ending today's edition of the City Prime News, which has been live from our studios in Adabraka in Accra. Please log on to citynewsroom.com for more stories. I am Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Thank you for doing the listening.
City News, we speak first.